103. Ladies and gentlemen, news that we don't want to hear is here. Cowboy Nation. For those who are jumping in, we got breaking news as of 20 minutes ago. As of 20 minutes ago, we hearing news out of Cowboy Nation that Daron Bland fractured his foot, and he's expected to be out 6 to 8 weeks. And as this room fill up, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let friends, neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. And that's included the ice wall. Let's get it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. The urgent news as of we getting ready for pregame talk. Just want to be able to get this out before we go into the pregame conversations. Let me know if the audio is straight. It states here, first was broken by John Machota. Shout out to him. But it states here that Daron Bland, the cornerback for the Cowboys, he experienced some foot discomfort last Wednesday during training camp in Oxnard. And image later was revealed on the MRI that it's a stress fracture in the foot, and he will undergo surgery to repair that injury. And he's expected to be out of the football situation for 6 to 8 weeks. Now, this is not time to where my panic guy at. It's not time to press the panic button. But I will say this, though. One of the things that I wanted the Cowboys to do is to go and grab a veteran DB. Now, I would say this, ladies and gentlemen. When you look back at everything, we may be okay, but it is a situation that I would tell you guys that I'm not fully comfortable. Now, some of my contemporaries that's in this particular group of mine, they saying that, hey, we good with Diggs, Lewis, Carson's, Izzy, and Booth. And, of course, Keemon Hall, that could be an opportunity for him. But let's be real with it. You know, Trayvon Diggs, he's going to be slow to come back. And also, I truly believe in the hearts of hearts that it's going to take a little time for him to get things going. I wouldn't want to risk doing that. And Gilly, yeah, he's already signed with the Minnesota Vikings. Right. So that's going to be the thing. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to put or present fear talk to you all. No, that's not my angle here. But I got to give it to you straight. Amari Cooper ain't no one to play against. You know, Amari Cooper is no one to play against week 1. Yeah, him, Jerry, Judy, Moore over there. They ain't nobody to play with. Yeah. So this is the time where you got to have a sense of urgency. And I do not want a rookie DB or those with lack of experience or those who try to recover, try to go up against those boys, right? On top of that, I have to present this to you guys very much straight with everything, with no chasers. Chris Olave ain't nobody to sneeze at. Yeah, Chris Olave, he's weak too. Chris Olave, yeah. Chris Olave can take the top off the defense, and he got the short area quickness, and he can catch in and out cuts. So I'm not trying to put all of that stress factor on, our DBs trying to get this new defense stuff going. Young Wilson, appreciate you, says, go Cowboys, go Law. DB room was deep. I thought, let me know. It is deep. It's deep to the degree whereas we had Bland, whereas, okay, now we can look into the situation and say to ourselves, all right, we cool. We can slide a little bit on trying to force too many things on, dare I say, Trayvon Diggs coming back from an ACL. Oh, let me stop here, and let me not stop here. Zay Flowers ain't nobody to sneeze at week 3. Yeah. Zay Flowers ain't no one to sneeze at. So you got at least your first 3 weeks. You got to make sure that your DBs can hold down the ground. That's all I'm saying. with all of this. And shout out to you, Bell. Bell says on the Facebook, he said the Niners winning the Super Bowl. Well, did you say that last year? But, all right, so here are the guys that's on this list, the best cornerbacks that's remaining for the 2024 season. You got Xavier Howard, okay. You know, he got 15 to 16 baby mamas, so, you know, he probably want to go play for here, you know. So shout out to him. Adoree Jackson.
Young Wilson,
come on, Young Wilson.
And 99 cents. Go Cowboys and go Law.
Yeah.
DB room was deep, I thought. LMK.
Yeah, I don't know. So we got Adoree Jackson. You got Patrick Peterson, which is a long tooth, right? You have J.C. Jackson. You have Akilo Witherspoon. You know, you got Crossins, who's and you got Eli Apple. Nah, I want Eli. You got Sullivan, and you got Jalen Mills, and then Aaron Robinson. Out of that list, give me what we already have here, ladies and gentlemen. Give me what we already have here. But they are expecting to probably keep things in-house and roll with Keemon Hall. He showed us some promises during this particular training camp, as well as I'm not saying that I'm banging on the table for Eric Scott, but this could be a blessing in disguise for him to get the 53-man roster spot. Yeah. J.C. Jackson, I see you. Come on with it. Adoree Jackson, all of those Jackson. Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, bring him back. You know, I get it, Cowboy Nation. Where should we go? Because I think that this particular defense do emphasize more on safeties, where Zim, he's going to be able to get these boys going in the right spots, in the right directions. But the only problem is with this. Where's Zim? Zim, where you at, Zim? Zim, I need you, dog. I need you, Zim. Come on, where you at, Zim? Here you go. Yeah.
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Hey, too many missed tackles. Let's go.
Yeah. Too many missed tackles.
I just hate mistakes.
Yeah. So my thing is Joe Jackson, Janet Jackson, you know, all of the Jackson 5, bring them all here, you know. But I would say this, though. Cut day is on the 27th of this month, and there will be teams that could release some of their star-studded guys, or some of their veteran guys, by the way, not star-studded. So that could be a situation. I truly believe that for anybody who said, hey, CeeDee Lamb should be at camp and all of this, this is why. This is why you, as a player in a contract year, you don't really want to risk getting hurt 6 to 8 weeks, and then you have to explain to folks, hey, you know, pay me. I deserve to get this contract. And then they sitting there like, yeah, but you out 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know, man. So that's why a lot of people tend to say, hey, sit out, do some cautionary stuff, don't get hurt in a contract year. That's why players value the fact that they want to get paid and enter the market before, or enter the conversations with contracts before it is due, and all of those things. Who replacing Blando? So here's how we can go. Let me give y'all some solutions. You can have Carson's on the outside. He's been practicing and playing more on the outside. You can keep Lewis inside the nickel there, Sam. Appreciate you for your support. And on top of that, you can still have Diggs involved, right? I think that Izzy got most of his reps inside the slot there too when we look back at everything. So those are things that we can look at, Cowboy Nation, and get things going all together. But at least he's not gone for the season, right? Somebody said seatbelt time, right? But I'm just saying. I'm not pushing or putting or placing any harm on seatbelt. But I've seen Jalen Brooks use seatbelt here and there. You know, I've seen with my natural eyes Cropper using seatbelt. Is any of those boys a close or equivalent to an Amari Cooper? If any of those boys close to a Jerry Jeudy, you know, that's all I'm saying. So I don't want to put all of the pressure on seatbelts, right? Because I seen the seatbelt get used and jammed just a little bit. And that's why I'm here to give you guys some fair and balanced opportunities. I don't think that any of those boys is close to a Chris Olave. Not saying that, you know, we can't beat any of those wide receivers. But what I'm saying is just make sure you have the sense of urgency and you bring in somebody that can really, really bring experience and wisdom and knowledge on this particular team. Yeah, Sadiq says we are not cooked. We are not cooked because I still believe that it takes the front seven and it takes the secondary. It takes a complete team, not one individual, right? But we're just down. We just down a little bit. We down Bland, and we got to have to temper our expectations on Trayvon Diggs. That's all I'm saying. Fitness says sign Adoree or Xavier Howard. I will bring all of those boys in for a cup of coffee. I'll bring them in and say, hey, when cut day is here, we bringing somebody in to see what it's going to look like down the line. That's all we got to say from there. Bring back Pat Man Jones. No. Now, let's not bring him back, Yeah. Yeah, so those are the things that we have to quantify, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboys, we get torched if they not win. If they hold on, let's see. Cowboys, we get torched. I don't think that's the situation. Swag says Jerry Jeudy is trash. I got my hands up like this because I do know and I do recall when we do play against Jerry Jeudy, he haven't lost against us. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Even when, of course, he was in the Denver Broncos and these sorts of things. So I'm just saying, and I'm not in fear of none of these guys, right? You still got to drop back your 3 steps or your 7 or your 5-step drops, and you still got to throw the ball. Hopefully, we still have our boys up front, right? And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it is rigged. Yeah.
Hey! Stop! Thief!
This is the damn second year in a row we're being robbed of this good conversation. Where is our DBs? We were robbed last year. We got 2 games out of the way, and then we were robbed from the football injury of Trayvon Diggs. Now this year we're going to be robbed a little bit for at least 5 or 6 weeks. 6 to 7 weeks, let's say from here, my guy Brown says he'll be back for the Steelers game. If not, the Giants, 6 or 7 weeks away, we will be okay. My thing is, if it's 6 or 7 weeks, I always go with the most end of it. I think, when is our bye? Our bye week is what, week 8? We play the Niners week 9. Is that correct? Or is it the opposite? Our bye week is week 7. And then we play the 49ers. Yeah. Is it around that time? This is what I would do. I would have a designated to return IR so we can get an extra body in, because you can designate IR designated to return. And they will put them at the 21-day window. I believe week 7, right? He will have the bye week. Yeah. So we have the bye week. I would literally bring back Daron Bland after the bye week, and he would have limitations in practice during that time frame, working the chords. Keep in mind, your feet as a DB is your number one thing, not number 2, not number 3. Your feet. Your feet is your number one thing, that you will have to be ready and geared up for. And you don't want to put any more stress on those type of things. So I would say this right here for Bland, I will wait. I will literally not rush him, have him working the chords during the bye week or something like that. But I would not rush him out there and say, okay, it's week 6, he's ready. Somebody said call Gilly. Gilly done already got called. Yeah. So far, every camp, there will always be some type of injury. So far, we got Chuma Edoga with a big toe. He's out for 6 or 7 weeks or 8. We had Sam Williams. He's gone for the season. We had number 64. He's gone, right? For so many odd weeks. And now we have Bland. Those are 4 injuries, I believe, in this particular offseason. So, hey, it's a part of the game. It's a part of the situation. Like Tori says, next man up. That's what we're going to have to go through. Give Xavier Howard and his baby mamas a chance. Yeah, move them all to Dallas. him and Tyreek Hill, they were racing for who can get to 20 first. So I'm going to go through this list again. Shout out to my guy Lost in Translation Podcast. Appreciate him. This list right here, Xavier Howard. Put XH in the chat if you want Xavier Howard on this team and see what he can do for the Cowboys. And I think that in the zone coverage scheme or system, let me see what Xavier Howard, we're going to go one by one, and we're going to see what these guys did last 2 years. I'm not going to go last 3 years. We're going to do last 2 years. And bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. According to the stat line last season, Xavier Howard had 1 INT, 68 solo tackles. Passer rating when targeted was 86. He only had 7 missed tackles. And all right, so that's not bad nor good, but it's in the middle. Okay, in 2022, he had 1 INT, and let's see how old he is. He is 6'1". He was drafted in 2016. He's 31 years of age. Okay. All right, so let me pull up the next guy. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is not the best news that I wanted to talk about today, but we will shut this stream down and open up our original pregame talk. All right, so Adoree Jackson. Let's pull up him. Last season, he had 55 solo tackles, a little bit better than Xavier Howard. 1 INT, 82 total tackles, but his passer rating when allowed was 98. And one of the biggest factors that I can't stand right here is I'm looking at this stat line. He had 11 missed tackles. 11 missed tackles. He can't tackle, man. And you were.
Get your up there and contain the damn ball. This is why we do it.
Hell yeah. Let's look up old man Patrick Peterson, baby. Yeah. Pat Peterson, let's see what he got, man. Boy, I forgot Pat Peterson is still in the league. Boy, he don't even look the same. Hey, he had 2 INTs last season. All right. And, hey, passer rate when target, a little lower than the last 2 guys. It was an 80.4. He only had 7 missed tackles. Let's see what he did the previous year for that. Hey, I'll take this 2022 Pat Peterson. He had 5 INTs. Passer rating allowed was 66. Pat Peterson, baby. Give him some sea moss, man. Yeah, some goat milk, man. Sure, he might be all right for us, all right? Pat Peterson, he had 5 INTs. In the last 2 seasons, he had 7 INTs, if you want to do the math. So that's not bad. Let me look at J.C. Jackson. Yeah. So, all right, let's see what we can do right here. J.C. Jackson, he had 1 INT, 63 targets, 35 receptions allowed, 26 solos. Passer rating allowed was 102. So it was like, hey, find JC, throw the ball his way. You at least get a passer rating of 100 when you throw it his way. All right, and then his 2022 campaign, it was terrible. God dang. Passer rating allowed 152. That means you can close your eyes and say, to Allah, and throw that ball, and it's going to get caught on the other end. All right. But J.C. Jackson, I think that when he was in the right system, he had 8 interceptions, and then the season before that he had 9. So I think that in the wrong system with J.C. Jackson, he's not going to work well for you. All right, let me look up the next person, Akilo Witherspoon. Y'all bear with me. Akilo Witherspoon. All right. Let me look at this right here. We like our guys. Hallelujah. I feel you. Akilo. I remember watching his growth last season, and for the course of the years, he was getting high grades from PFF. And I remember very vividly, I was sitting there saying, okay, if he's available, I would at least take a shot in the dark with him. He had 3 INTs last season. He only had like 8 missed tackles. I'm looking at his stat line for your mind. And he had passer rating allowed of 76. Him and Bland was like on pathway of having the similar season, but it got down to the point whereas, of course, down the course of the year, Witherspoon kind of got banged up a little bit. Out of this list, he is 29 years of age. He was a former third-round draft pick, and he was in the 49ers land. And then in 2022, he had he had one interception as well that season. All right, so let me pull up. I don't have to pull up Eli. Look, let me just skip for sake of time. Let me skip down to Jalen Mills because I'm not going to pull up the other two guys. I'm not even going to do us like that. We not finna do the Eli. Yeah. Somebody says. Shit. Riggs! I can't take this no more, Riggs. Don't pull up Eli Apple. Don't pull up Eli Apple. Don't pull up Eli. All right. Jalen Mills. Passer rating allowed was 73. Here's my thing is with Jalen, he was an Eagles guy. But I will tell you this about Jalen. He's a Texas native. DeSoto, Texas on. You know what I'm saying? Or did he went to Duncanville? DeSoto or Duncanville. One of those areas. I think that within the confines of the system, the last 2 seasons he had 2 INTs. His passer rating is consistently being right at 78, 79. I don't like Jalen Mills on the outside, but he would be, okay, Mr. Kima says DeSoto, Texas. He would be a guy, ladies and gentlemen, that but we don't need a slot corner. That's the thing. Because I trust Izzy enough and Lewis enough to be inside the slot. And then Seatbelt going to be on the outside as well as, of course, Diggs. I would trust that combination a little bit better. But in the pinch, if you want to have positional flex and keep Izzy inside the slot just in case something happened to Lewis, and you or keep Izzy outside and something happened to Lewis, you have a veteran guy like Jalen Mills, I wouldn't be mad at it. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at here. All right, and let's go and look at it like this. One more person that we're going to look at as far as stat line, Aaron Robertson. Nah, we don't really have to look at him either. All right, so Cowboy Nation, that's our list right there of people. Lost in translation, we'll be fine. I think that overall, as of August 24th, we'll be fine. I think that if the Cowboys are about sense of urgency, and we can't cry over spilled milk, injuries is a part of the game. I think that collectively, what we need to do is just make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's, right? Let's not play around with the food. Write this down. I would rather have them inside the tent pissing out versus outside the tent pissing in. So figure out a way, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure you bring in a veteran guy. I've been saying bringing in a veteran guy. I was saying bringing in a veteran guy even when Bland was healthy, just to make sure you better your best. Just to make sure, you cover everything. Because, we could say, Seatbelt going to be all right. But, hell, he didn't play last game because of his wisdom tooth or wisdom teeth. So what happened if another tooth get bad and he can't play? So let's just make sure we got everything covered. Let's make sure we have insurance. That's all I'm saying. So these games are precious. The good thing, the football did us a great favor. The football scheduling people did us a great favor. They put all of our hard games in the front end of the schedule. On the back end of the schedule, it's coasting. We rolling, man. In the 88 Cutlass, boy, we rolling. So some of our tough games, if we start off fast enough, which I truly believe we can still give the Browns that L. I truly believe we can crip walk all over the Saints. I truly believe we can east side stomp on the Ravens. But it's going to be a hard up the hill battle. Yeah. It ain't going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be one of those things that we're going to have to make sure that we got pieces and places in order. Here's the thing. Don't nobody care about us. They would not give you grace and mercy and say, hey, man, they down Bland. Hey, man, they down Sam Williams. Hey, man, hey, let's give them some good Good relaxation. Let's give them grace and mercy because they got a new defense. No, they ain't finna give us no passes. Oh man, he got a rookie out there. They're gonna put that on the highlight tapes. Yeah. They're gonna put that on the highlight tapes, man. Look at Jerry Jeudy. Oh, look at my guy Amari Cooper. It's a home game for them. Yeah. Bland was a beast. And foot surgery on Bland isn't the best thing either. Yeah. We just hope you get the best surgeon out there. Yeah. Yeah. Ravens, Sean, like B. Miller said, hey man, can't use that as a toss-up game. I'm trying to bring some positivity to the game, baby. Yeah. So Iceberg says, Law Nation, stop faking. The season is over. Diggs is not ready. We done with the 2024 season. Nah, man, no. We got to see him first. Look, they don't turn injuries off for everybody else. Somebody else might go down for the other team, Come on. Jerry Jones might send some girls over there to Deshaun Watson's spot. Massage me. You never know. Come on, baby. You just never know, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to these type of conversations. We'll be right back, but this episode is also presented and brought to you by Prize Picks. Be sure to use Prize Picks. Download the information is in the description box. And when you download Prize Picks, $100 of your first $100 deposit will be matched up to them by them, and when you use promo code LAW, it will be presented to you and you. So be sure to check out Prize Picks. You can be in the mix just like my guy Stephen A. Smith. They said whenever you download Prize Picks and download it and you deposit $25, his hairline go back. So you guys been doing a great job on that. Boy got a salute like this, So shout out to Stephen A. Smith and all of those who've been supporting. JD from DC says, can Trey Lance, Mozzie, or Josh Ball play CB? Out of all of those boys, if anybody that I know for sure is athletic enough to play DB would be Trigger Trey. Yeah, it'll be Trigger Trey. Yeah. Yeah, Howard will be a Cowboy. I think out of that list is Howard. Let me go back to the list. Is Howard, Patrick Peterson to a degree, J.C. Jackson, and Witherspoon. Those are our guys. And honorable mention, Jalen Mills. Those would be the guys that you would at least bring in for a cup of coffee. For those, I'm going to just reclip this again, see more and more people coming in. For those, we had breaking news. Cowboys cornerback Daron Bland will be out. He's experienced foot discomfort, right? Those diabetic shoes didn't help him out at all. So they said, hey, we're going to have to do the surgery, bro. And that repair of injury is expected to sideline him 6 to 8 weeks. What I want him to do is once he had the surgery, is I want him to still travel with the team. I want him to still get a vibe and the flow of the team. I think that is better. I know he got to rest his foot or what have you, but I want him to be mentally dialed in, right? Because this process, this is a contract year for him, by the way, as well. Dependent and predicated on what he can do this season will reflect what he's going to get. And there have been conversations down the line that I don't want to break down too much on, but I would tell you that we looking for a fast recovery. Keep in mind, and I know people don't like my optimism, just like my guy Iceberg, but remember this: at the end of the day, there could still be some good situations for him. Law, do you have any truth to this? Okay, just bear with me. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. I'm old enough to remember it was the year 2020. There was a DB that was drafted on his team in the second round. And that particular DB, he wore 27. Can somebody put his name down in the chat? He wore 27. He was drafted in the year 2020. And on top of that, we had a historically bad defense. There we go. Boy, we got some good people. Boy, we got some good people here. Holly says, Law Nation for life. Law Nation for life. Appreciate you. Yeah. And can somebody still put down how many INTs he was able to generate? And how many good plays he was still able to do? Come on. Can you put that number down? Yeah. It was the year 2020. And I said even at that moment, 4, that's my guy, Coach A.J. Jones, yeah. So at the end of the day, Bland, he's going to come back. That 4.3 or that 4.4 speed will still be there. And don't let him get 4 or 5 interceptions on his way out, because there's still 17 games in the season. And if he come back in midway of the season, everybody else could be gasped. And he could be fresh. Yeah. Come on with it. Yeah, he could be fresh. LL Cool says, Boss Man Fat. I saw Boss Man Fat get burnt the other day. I said, man, it's preseason. He playing for the Chiefs. I saw Boss Man Fat get burnt. I said, oh, Lord. All right. Yeah. But there could be a situation just in case he come back. Salesman Law is loading up, baby. At least I ain't a used car salesman. Hopium is what I'm telling you. Hold on, pain is ending, even though it's just beginning, Cowboy Nation. That's the breaking news of this top of the hour. Be sure to check our pregame show. Well, we're going to scratch the pregame show, and we're going to go right into it, into the thick of it. Cowboy Nation, appreciate everybody, man. DC for life, not for short. Don't touch that dial. I will be right back with better information for the nation. DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. We about. Peace. Be right back, though. Don't y'all leave. Don't leave me, girl. Please stay with me.
What more do you want from me?
Why me? No! How does that happen? How does that happen? How does that happen? Oh no! I hate this, Steve! No! No!